Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle news update. I'm very sad to report that IFBB Pro Women's Bodybuilder Joanna Thomas has passed at 43 years of age of unknown causes in her home in England. A lot of people have heard this. I posted on my Instagram a couple days ago. I kind of had to take a few days to kind of process it. I was friends with Joanna for a number of years. I've known her probably since from about 2000, 2001 when she really hit the scene. She was one of the youngest IFBB Pro Women's Bodybuilders when she turned pro. And you know, I remember her telling me that actually. I think I met her at a show with a bunch of friends and she's like, you know, I'm the youngest IFBB Pro Women's Bodybuilder, which at the time I think she was. And I don't know if anyone ever broke that record since then. And as you could, you could probably imagine, it's hard to put on a lot of muscle as a woman at a young age and actually get pro status. So she had really good genetics combined with a iron will of determination. You know, IFBB women's bodybuilding historian Steve Wennerstrom. I was just speaking to him on the phone before, and I asked him, you knew her pretty well, Steve. What would something that no one else out there would really know about her? What would that be? If you had to just off the top of your head, come up with something. And he said, and I didn't know this. He said she had a terrible fear of failure, that she would be a failure in life and that she would never achieve anything really significant. And women's bodybuilding for her was that thing that made her feel, good about herself, which made her, prove, I guess, to herself that she was worthy and that she was great at something. And she was a really great women bodybuilder. I think that she could have been a lot better had she been a little bit more focused and maybe it had been, become a main priority for her. But she achieved pro status. She won the 2001 Jantana Pro Show and she went to the Olympia where she placed in the top 10. Her first time at the Olympia at a very young age. So, I mean, that is a super accomplishment in and of itself. If I ever achieved that, I would have been very happy to retire on my career and say I won a pro show and I did the Olympia. And this was back in the heyday of, when women's bodybuilding was really tough, back in around 2000, 2001. So, in that sense, she was absolutely a success. The question is that what happened to her? An American by the name of Miles who brought her here to Florida. She was living here for quite a while, and that's where she met my wife. And I don't know what happened. At some point, her and Miles had separated, and I know she went back to the UK. She kind of disappeared for a while, and then just recently, she had been emailing and Facebooking me, and she was trying to get back in shape. And I know she was struggling, with some mental issues, and she really wanted to get back into the industry. And what she wanted to do is she wanted to kind of give back all the knowledge she had about the industry and try to be a reporter, try to be someone who, would help the younger people that are coming up in the industry, try to avoid some of the mistakes that she made. And we all make mistakes coming up. And I thought that was a noble cause. I think that she would have been really good at it because she was very good at giving advice to other people. She saw right through all the bull that was out there, and she would cut right to the chase. And a lot of people didn't like that about her. To me, that was a breath of fresh air because, as you know, I always believe the truth hurts. I don't know if there's going to be an autopsy, and I don't know what the cause of death was at this point, but we can remember, all the great things that she accomplished and the people she influenced. A lot of women bodybuilders out there were greatly influenced and helped by her because she liked to help people in terms of information, but life coach in terms of emotional and psychological aspects of the sport. And I know a lot of people haven't really discussed that. People talking about her achievements and what she did here and who she knew there. And I don't think that's really how she'd want to be remembered. I know a lot of people out there loved you and respected you, and I count myself as one of your friends. I know Amanda, my wife, also was a very dear friend of yours as well. And I know you're watching over us right now, and we send all our love and prayers out to your family. I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle News Update.